Storm Ophelia hits the East Coast, causes flooding and power outages. Tropical storm Ophelia made landfall near Emerald Isle, North Carolina early on Saturday, delivering heavy rain, strong winds, and coastal flooding well beyond its center. The storm impacted North Carolina and Virginia, leaving around 70,000 homes and businesses without power, with about 42,000 still in the dark as of Saturday afternoon, according to utility tracking site paruleach.us. Coastal areas in North Carolina experienced storm surge flooding of more than 3 feet, leading to water-covering roadways. In a dramatic rescue operation, 5 people were saved from a boat anchored in rough waters near Cape Lookout, North Carolina. States of emergency were declared in Virginia, North Carolina, and Maryland. As a result, 2 MLB games, Braves versus Nationals in Washington, D.C., and Diamondbacks versus Yankees in New York, were postponed. When Ophelia made landfall, it had sustained winds of 70 miles per hour, just shy of hurricane strength. By 2 p.m., its maximum sustained winds decreased to near 45 miles per hour. However, tropical storm force winds extended up to 320 miles from the storm's core. The National Hurricane Center expected Ophelia to weaken further as it moved inland, but power outages could increase as it affects more areas. Ophelia's path was set to take it across eastern North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, before moving northward across the Delmarva Peninsula on Saturday and Sunday. The storm brought a shield of rain that extended for hundreds of miles from its center, dumping heavy rain across a large part of the mid-Atlantic, including Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and New York. The most severe impacts were felt in coastal North Carolina, with storm surge flooding, high winds, and power outages. In Washington, North Carolina, downtown areas were warned to be avoided due to storm surge causing waters to overflow onto the city's boardwalk. The storm also caused flooding in New Bern, North Carolina, and other coastal communities, with water levels rising in the downtown areas. Residents were urged to stay off the roads due to flooding and treacherous conditions. The effects of Ophelia extended into Chesapeake Bay, causing water levels to rise along the coasts of Virginia and Maryland. Maryland Governor Wes Moore advised residents to avoid travel during the storm due to strong winds, heavy rainfall, and elevated tides. The storm also brought the risk of dangerous surf and rip currents along the East Coast throughout the weekend. Tropical storm force winds with gusts ranging from 39 to 73 miles per hour were expected to affect a wide area of the East Coast, potentially downing trees and power lines. There was also a possibility of tornadoes in parts of the coastal mid-Atlantic and North Carolina. While there were reports of downed trees in North Carolina, no major road closures were reported, and emergency management officials were closely monitoring the situation. The governors of North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland declared states of emergency, resulting in the cancellation of several weekend events. Airlines issued travel advisories warning of potential flight delays along the East Coast due to severe weather. In summary, Tropical Storm Ophelia brought heavy rain, strong winds, coastal flooding, and power outages to the East Coast, particularly affecting North Carolina and Virginia. Emergency measures were in place, and residents were urged to stay safe and avoid travel during the storm.